This week we leave home base for Tampa Bay and Cedar Key, Florida. First week of full-time van life. Take a brewery tour, camp in an ancient campground, tour around Cedar Key, have an incredible author interview with Jerry, and go clam farming. First stop on our way was in Tampa Bay, staying at a Harvest Host Golf Club property outside of Tampa, Northdale Golf Club. A wonderful experience. There's the rig parked in the parking lot, very private. Going into the clubhouse, that's where they served some really good pizza, some amazing craft beer, and that's how I learned about Big Storm Brewing Company, which we toured later the next day. If you haven't tried Harvest Host, give them a shot. HarvestHost.com. So this is why I'm liking van life. Working as a digital nomad, spent a better part of the day here at this spectacular park. Let me spin around here so you guys can see this. It is really, really cool. This is the most potent do not swim sign I think I've ever seen. You know, there's really not a soul in sight. There's a gentle breeze. It's warm. It's quiet. I've had my music playing, been doing my work, my conference calls. This is a great day at the office, folks. Just look at these amazing trees. These amazing trees from Florida. Just love the Spanish mountains. All right, and with that, we're off to the Big Storm Brewing Company. Called them. I had a sample of their product last night at the Harvest Host golf restaurant, and we're going to go see the tap room and hopefully get a little behind-the-scenes peek of Big Storm Brewing Company. I'm really excited about that. So, just another day of van life, folks. It's pretty awesome. So here we are at the Big Storm Tap Room, and Dylan's going to be good enough to give us a little tour. It looks pretty cool. Let's go take a look.
Wow, that's the one I...
my favorite.
Just want to introduce you to Dylan. He's the brew master, tap master,
Head bartender.
head bartender here at Big Storm Brewing Company. I enjoyed the beverage last night at the golf club, and Dylan's good enough to give us a little tour today of their brewery here. You guys have like 3 breweries, is that right?
Correct.
Yeah. So maybe just tell us real quick a little bit about Big Storm.
Been a company about 7 years.
Okay.
Started in a small warehouse in Odessa, Florida. We're now in Clearwater, Odessa, and Cape Coral.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And we're located in
Odessa right now.
Odessa. Okay.
Yeah. We're the original.
The original.
We're the cooler one.
So you want to show us how you guys make some beer?
Of course. Let's
go.
do it.
So we're looking at here. Looks like cooking kettles?
So right here you got the mash tun. Put your grain, some water in there, the hot water extracts all the sugars, proteins, starches, and all that good stuff. Sits in there about an hour. Kind of drain all the liquid out, get rid of all the grain. So you push it over to this guy. You use a kettle where you boil it, throw in your hops, kind of breaks everything down to a good concentrated liquid. Throw in your hops based on flavor, taste, smell, different kinds of hops you got, different grains, make it different colors, different flavors.
What's Big Storm most famous for? What's the most popular?
Our Palm Bender IPA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How far do you guys distribute?
Throughout Florida, and I believe in Texas now.
Really? Oh, yeah. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big deal. All right. So it cooks here, and then it goes...
Cooks here. It'll come through this, which acts like a radiator. Cools it down with some cold water that doesn't come in direct contact with it. Also pumps through over to here to any of the tanks you want it to go into.
All right.
So what that is you incorporate the yeast, and it's eating all the sugars and proteins. It's spitting out alcohol, and in the process it spits out CO2, which in order to get rid of that, we put it in a bucket of sanitizer so nothing can go back in.
Just do the kegs then, or do you...
Here we just do kegs. We do small batches of bottles, but only about 100 a batch.
Oh, small batch.
Small batch, yeah. We're the small batch facility.
That's all right. Well, it's pretty cool. I bet it's pretty exciting when it's humming, right?
Yeah, it's cool. But different beers, different barrels, and it'll incorporate what was in the barrel prior. So if you got a red wine barrel, you'll pick up some red wine notes. Bourbon barrels, you kind of do the stouts and barley wines. Yeah.
Big chiller.
Big chiller, yeah.
So hey, this is really interesting. This is the Havana. It is a coffee porter, and it's amazing. Interesting story. The company is only 6 years old, and started with two guys out of a garage, and they opened the garage, built a batch, had 4 bar stools, and that's how people got to learn about it. And a really interesting business approach is that they, rather than having a bigger and bigger facility that has distribution, they've set breweries up in different parts of Florida. And what this allowed them to do is have several brewmasters at each location come up with different flavors and types of beer. That business concept to me seems pretty interesting and different than what most other brewers do, which is that one big massive manufacturing capacity, and then they have a distribution model. These guys seem to have put breweries in different locations and have still small batch but very diverse flavors of beer. So hats off to Dylan for helping out there, and if you're in the Florida area, definitely check out Big Storm Brewing Company product. Cheers. It's really good. So after a night of urban camping at Walmart, I head north to Cedar Key, Florida. Cedar Key is its natural state largely because it's kind of hard to get to. No interstates. Back county roads just like this, but so worth the drive. Just an amazing cultural community experience. The wildlife is off the charts cool. If you get the chance, do yourself a treat and go to Shell Mound, Cedar Key, Florida. This bird was enamored with Lily, my Travato. Just crazy. Listen to this upcoming audio. I would recommend staying here. Really inexpensive and close to Cedar Key, on the rustic side, but does have water and power at most of the sites. All the oyster shells. That's amazing. Low tide. Just absolutely beautiful. What a great day. Took a shower in the shower house and headed back to the rig to do some work. Oh, these little bugs. No CMs, they call them. You can barely see them, but boy, you can feel them. They bite pretty hard. So this is part of the Native American story. So 6,000 years ago, people were living in this area. This is the story on the Shell Mound. So the board here says that lacking wave actions, the sediment kind of settles. It says also that any landmass along the Gulf higher than 2 meters, about 6 feet, is most likely a result of having been fortified with discarded shellfish and debris thousands of years ago. Such sites are called middens. The middens surrounding Shell Mound provided living, working, ceremonial, and play space for village residents. So anything off the floor here that's more than 6 feet, which is probably some of those over there. Wow, it's just so amazing. So glad you guys can share this with me. I've got a special treat for you today. I'm sitting here with Jerry Minchey in his very own rig in Cedar Key, Florida. Jerry, thank you again for joining the channel today.
I'm glad to be here.
Just a quick backstory. I met Jerry at the end of December 2018 when I came through on a pass through my in my Travato. I was in a bar kind of getting some local advice, and he was
at church.
Was it the church? Also known as the bar. Got it. Having a church meeting. Yes, absolutely. And we struck up a conversation around church activities.
Yeah.
And I learned that Jerry is a full-time RVer, has been for a number of years, has a whole bunch of books. And when I said I was coming back through town, he was gracious enough to give us a little bit of his time. So Jerry, thank you again.
Oh, thank you.
Really appreciate that. So. Good to know you're a church going man. It's funny. This is your latest book, RV Living. In fact, just a quick shout out to Go Small, Live Large from Jerry. Look at this, guys. He put us in the book. Is that cool or what? You're authoring how many books now?
12, I think.
12 books. And here's just a few of them. This is Secrets of RVing, Social Security. I love this one. Secrets of RVing on a Dime and a Dream. And this one he's actually signed for me, which is great. Motorhome and RV Retirement Living. What kind of got you into writing books? Was it people asking a lot of questions and you said, let me just write a book? Or
well, the first one was the Motorhome and RV Retirement. I just kind of describing the whole thing because a lot of people were asking questions. And then got through that, and a lot of people say, well, I like to do it, but I don't have a lot of income, just Social Security. So that's how I think, well, totaling up my expense, I don't spend much more than what my Social Security check is, so I had some other sources of income. That was about all I was spending, so I said, yeah, it can be done that way. And then this book here is even lower, Secrets of RVing on a Dime and a Dream. It shows how to RV on less than $1,000 a month, with a whole lot of links to YouTube videos of people who are actually doing that.
Advice for somebody that's a full-timer RV?
I think just mainly slow down. A lot of people, particularly starting out, they spend too much time rushing from here. They want to see all the national parks or visit all the states, but they're all going to still be there. They're not going anywhere.
How about advice for a part-timer?
There's a lot of one thing I'd say, particularly if you got a camper trailer, is go out in a parking lot at Walmart on Sunday morning and set up some cardboard boxes and practice backing. It's part of my entertainment every Friday. People checking in here is watching them try to back in, and they get, usually it's a husband and wife, and they get so, one of them a lot of times gets real mad at the other. They just, I don't know, so uptight, and
it's a great idea.
Just relax and do it. If it takes 10 times, do it 10 times, but take a lot of stress off. You know you could pull in there and back it in.
Yeah, a bit of advice you would give to somebody kind of considering this.
I'd say watch a lot of YouTube videos.
Your books, your website, where can people find more information?
Well, my website is liferv.com, and on the right hand side all my books are listed there. You can click on any of them, it takes you to Amazon, but I post a new article every week. Amazing.
Jerry, thank you so much for joining the channel today. Really appreciate it. Thanks for being an inspiration to me and sharing this information. It's really been been terrific, so thank you. This town is so cute. Many of the locals say that it's what Key West used to be. The community got a state grant for what they called the art on Main Street, and this is part of the collection. And you can see that it's just this eclectic mix of stuff. Apparently they had a contest with kids that they came through and had to guess what all the artifacts, art pieces were made from. It's a hair pick and 2 bottle caps. Lips are, not sure what that's made from, but it's pretty cool. The community garden here is just super cute. Lots of little sculptures made from everyday junk that's been pieced together by an artistic type person. With a creative spark, and it's really clever. Got the clam boat, and just really neat little things here. Cedar Falls, or Cedar Key rather, was a famous fishing village until the early 90s when gill netting was outlawed, and they've reinvented themselves through farming clams. It's one of the 10 largest clam farming operation areas in the state of Florida. The Island Hotel, it is the oldest commercial building in Cedar Keys, established in 1859.
Johnny, go, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go, go. Hey, Johnny, be good.
The artist co-op. I was talking with Corrine there. She was helping me check out. She's one of the displaying artists with some leather goods there.
This shop was started 41 years ago by 3 little women, and one of the women that has now passed on wanted us to carry on still selling her postcards as long as we promise to never raise the price. And that's why you'll get a 15-cent postcard in Cedar Key.
And what a great collection. Over 21 different artists represented. I just love stores like this. And, you know, it's, again, these small towns. And, you know, if it wasn't for the Travato and the digital nomad RV lifestyle, I would not even be here today. This is Miss Sue. She's the vice mayor and the know-it-all in town.
Yes, the know-it-all. I'm sure a lot of people would say that. I think that the interesting thing about Cedar Key that makes it really different, it is more of a cultural jewel, and you come here and you actually see a little piece of America that is untouched as far as being changed with all kinds of things that people do on a daily basis, going to get your Starbucks, going to the mall, going to the big chain grocery store. This is truly the old-time community, but it's in a modern setting in a way. We're very modern. We do a lot of things first that other communities don't do, but they're always geared toward the lifestyle and the preservation of our community spirit.
So our audience angel Steve has set up a little chat here with a very special person. This is Mayor Heath.
But what we like to think about with Cedar Key is that it's just simply real, and it's a community which is rare. There's not a lot of coastal communities anymore where people work and live, and we have a lot of that. We've got a lot of opportunities for that as well, actually. And then what's neat about it is you've got the tourism, and when you come here you might think that the tourism is the backbone of the community, and it is a strong part of the community and very important. But what's bigger than the tourism is the shellfish industry. The shellfish industry is pretty large. It's about around 50 million in economic impact to the area. So, but you can't see it. you don't if you drive through town, you don't see clam processing factories and all that kind of stuff.
There's a couple cool RV parks, and last night I stayed at the Shell Mound RV campground out there, which is great. What's your municipal code on overnight parking?
You're more than welcome to park an RV in most spots during the day, you know, to enjoy shopping or eating, but come nightfall, you're going to get a knock on your door that says, "Hey, you need to
overnight parking."
Yeah, thank you, appreciate you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. One of the great memories of Cedar Key was going clam farming. Audience Angel Steve arranged for us to follow Captain Bobby on the day of clam farming.
And we came in on the east-west highway, and you can see it going on that way. And this is the north-south highway. We're right at the intersection right here. And you can see it go north and south. Every lease has got its own address on it. That's my southeast corner of my 452 lease that we just tied up to. So what we're doing is we're going to put the live clams in one basket and the shell in another. And this is your pasta clam, which we sell him by the pound. And there's a big market for pasta clams. They want them. And then we sell the 7/8 clams, which a lot of people call little necks.
Oh yeah.
And then the big one would be your cherry stone clam.
And the shell's made of calcium?
Yeah, they're calcium carbonate or whatever it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And that's just to protect the soft body inside. It's a form of protection mostly, right?
Mostly, yeah. The poor clams, I've been wanting to teach them some kind of self-defense, karate or something. They need
ninja clams.
Yeah, ninja clams.
What'd you learn?
Okay, 99.
99.
Metal cages down here floating underneath these barrels.
I see it down there.
Yeah, see the big cage?
Yep.
And then we've got either 6 or 8 of those bags, the same plastic bags without the floats, of course, jammed in the big cage. We have a couple 100,000 oysters right here in these barrels.
What an amazing first week of full-time van life. Brewery tours, harvest host boondocking, spending time with audience angels, Steve and Diane, and all of the Cedar Key experience. Amazing. A restful night at Audience Angel Steve and Diane's place. I came out on an abandoned, well, not abandoned, very lightly used county road where I've been parking all day and working. The Verizon service is absolutely perfect. It is cool, it is quiet, and this is the way to work as a digital nomad. Yesterday I was down by the bay. Today I'm kind of out in the boondocks here. And the other thing to note here is that I'm parked, clearly not plugged into anything, but I'm really enjoying the Winegard Verizon hotspot cellular system and my Pure 3 lithium system. I'm running 30 amp full coach service inside my Travato, literally in the middle of nowhere. And it's really a great day at the office. Wouldn't you agree?